Hello, artists. Today we're going to work on Enter the Comic Zone Part 2. For this part, we're going to use the images we created, the comic pages and panels we created in Part 1, and simplify them to capture the poses and positions of the characters that we used. For this, we'll need a piece of paper and pencil. Each piece of paper is going to be two of the panels that we used in our original. Right now, what I've got up on my screen, my computer screen, are the pages for the Enter the Comic Zone Part 1. What I'm going to do first is split my page in half, just drawing a line across. I'm going to look at the characters and their poses in the pages of Part 1. I've got a character on the right here, their head going a little outside the top. And I'm going to be using these simple shapes, these simple designs. I've got their hand right here gripping something. I'm going to be using these to capture just a little bit the idea of the image that we have. I'm not drawing the whole thing in detail. I'm just trying my best to capture some of the look of it. Let's go ahead and draw in the other character in the back, their neck, their shoulders, and then get in the dialog boxes. Now, notice I've simplified very much the characters and moved the dialog boxes as I needed. We're using our Part 1 pages as examples, as ways to break down and capture a pose in an image that we're going to draw our own characters for. We'll be adding to this later, but for Part 2, we're just doing our best to break down and draw the poses and positions of the characters in Part 1. We've got character here, just drawing their head and simplifying their body with some simple shapes. Character here, simplifying their body with some simple shapes. Adding in the dialog boxes. Now, as this is very much building up to finishing off and adding in our own characters, don't feel bad about erasing some things that we don't need anymore. We now have page 1 and page 2 from the original comic, all on one page. Again, we split the page and we drew in, again, the positions and the poses. We're not focusing on any of the details of the face or the background, just the positions and the poses for now. But this can also be done with kind of like stick figures, very simple figures as well. Let's draw a line across our page. I'm going to go with even simpler characters for this one. Head, shoulders, back, arms, hands right here, character, arms, chest, neck, head, looking up like that, dialog box right here. Now, how you break down your character is up to you, but you want to make sure, again, you're getting the position of the characters and the pose of the characters. And final page. Again, let's go with the simpler one. Head, arm, body, arm, legs, arm, body, legs, and arm. Let's get the hands in there. But what we're doing is we're just getting that pose and the position. For part 3, we'll put our own drawings on top of this. But for this one, we want to make sure that we're doing our best to capture the position of our characters and the pose, as well as the dialogue boxes. That'll just help us develop the scene a little more if we know where the dialogue will be. Once you've got these drawn out, the pages from part 1 placed onto individual areas of your paper, simplified to capture the pose. Oh, should do the body here. There we go. Capture the pose of each character and the dialogue boxes. You'll take a picture of the page, place it to the template. Now, make sure, again, you're keeping it simple. You just want what's most important in there, where the characters are, maybe some additional things, the tire wheel. I can do the back window to show that this is a car. I could draw a little bit extra to it, but you want to build into your next thing. The next thing is going to be adding eyes, a nose, a mouth, different things, different features to the characters. But for now, for part 2, we're just capturing those poses on paper. Good luck to you, and I can't wait to see your awesome comics.